going to give a quick update on my projects right now. So working on 3 irons, Coleman irons. So we got 3 colors here. Then we got the camp light, which it's dry. It's ready to go. Just have to polish up all the brass and everything, and then we can put it together. Put a new seal in here. That one right there. Clean this up. So we gotta clean this up and then we can assemble it. So the irons are ready to go. And then this one was really rusted, so what I actually have done is it's just in the starting stages, but I used a little piece of stainless steel mesh right here, kind of make a little patch where it was rusted out, and then I just gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna build it up with some epoxy, put a little bit more on this side, and then kind of grind it down, and then just paint it. And yeah, that's what we'll do with that. It is what it is. So leave that right there for now. I know the irons don't look like much right now, but when you assemble them, they look a lot better. So we took these are the wood handles. They were burnt, so sanded them down. We're going to apply a black wood dye to them. Same thing with this one. It's sanded down, so we'll just apply a black dye to these. I have to sand that blue off a little bit. This one right here is in really good shape. It was blue, but we're just going to make these black. These things, I know they don't look real pretty, but they're in the interior. You don't even really see them. So it is what it is. So my AGM is right there. I've got all the pieces. Got the collar cleaned up and sprayed. We got to put the insignia back on. Got the cage sprayed. We got a wire brush, clean the manifold and the all the brass stuff. So we got a little bit more to do, not much. So we already had Coswell the font. It's sealed up. We got rid of the stress cracks with epoxy. So this unit, I had bought it originally. I just bought some parts, and then I found out that the lady or whoever it was had taken it apart to sell it as parts, and I had this font and a couple other pieces, and I said, well, I'm just going to build up a nice AGM out of this. I think I could probably just find the parts not too expensive. And sure enough, I bought everything back for her, all the remaining parts she had, which was everything but the check valve and the pump plunger. But everything else I got from her in a pretty reasonable price. She discounted everything because I bought it all. So basically I'm putting together a green AGM 2572. That's what I'm doing here. So anyway, I can get it off now. Let's see here. I'll bring you back in a second. So one of my small dilemmas is that the check valve, I was able to buy a brand new reproduction check valve, which wasn't cheap, but I had no choice because there was no used ones available. At least I couldn't find any. Looked on eBay, looked on old Coleman parts, that type of thing. So what I ended up having to do is I got that and I installed it, which you won't be able to see, well, barely. But it worked out just great. But I didn't have a pump plunger, and they are different from a Coleman one. So what I ended up doing is I modified a Coleman plunger so that it would work with the AGM, which is basically what I did is I took a tent stake that I had hanging around, a little stake, and I ground it into the square shape that you would see for that little center piece on the Coleman, and slid it down, and then I didn't go all the way, and then after that I was able to, the remainder where I didn't grind it, I was able to just kind of tap it in. I had kind of tapered it and tapped it in, so it when I put it in, it can pump, and then it can go and open and close that check valve. Let's see if I can't do this with one hand. I'm trying. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, jeez. So you can see it. Open it. Try it. One-handed. Let's see here. Okay. So you would pump it up, and then after that you would close it. So it works just fine. The only thing is that it has a shorter stroke because it's a shorter pump plunger, but that's fine. It's not that much. It makes a big difference or anything. I mean, it's just it is what it is, but it's okay. Sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to do a little fabrication to get something going. It's like I couldn't find a pump plunger on eBay, and I couldn't find one on old Coleman parts. It's funny, not too long ago I had bought a lot of used parts, Coleman parts on eBay, and they actually had an AGM plunger in there, which was good because one of the units here when I bought these twins didn't have its pump, so one of these is from that lot which I got lucky on. I never lit this one yet up. I gotta light this one. This one I lit, so we gotta light this one up. It's ready to go. So, but anyway, that's what I've been working on. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to get these irons assembled, at least 2 of them, and hopefully we'll get the camp light assembled so we can do it, light it. My buffer wheel, I took it off, I soaked it in Tide bleach, and then I used like a little knife to kind of scrape all the goop and everything out and scrub it, and then squeezed out all the dirt and everything, and so it came out really good. I'm really happy with it. So it's ready to go. It's dried overnight. So yeah, it's my favorite little buffer wheel. It's working great. This whole thing worked out. I had this extra motor when I changed out my well, before I changed my my central heating. My motor had died on the blower. I bought a brand new motor from Granger, put it in, and then that heating unit, I couldn't nurse it anymore, and so I ended up buying a brand new unit and putting it in. So I salvaged the motor, the blower motor, and put it aside before I tossed the old central heating unit. So yeah, so it's worked out really well, and this base has worked out really good. I used that originally from the I had built it for that font clamp, but I really found I really didn't need one. I was pretty much able to do everything without using that thing, so it's like it worked out great to just strap the motor down. So I'm real happy with it. So yep, everything eventually finds its place. So that's all for tonight. God bless you all, and say my lamps, I got a new acquisition in today. This guy right here, this is a 156, model 156, uses the R55 generators, which I have. It has the little cup in it, which is nice. So yeah, this one here, we're probably just going to clean it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to repaint it or not, or just clean it and spray it with a clear and keep the patina. I don't know. We'll see. I think I still have to light this one. I haven't lit this one yet. I think the base unit, the top portion, I lit it on another, screwed it to another font and lit it up. This one here, I haven't done that one yet. That's the one where I had the burner tube that was, the nipple, whatever you want to call it, was broken off. So we used just a nut so it'll hold on the mantle. But I gotta do that one, light that one up. This one, we lit this one up. So this one's been lit up. This one's been lit up. So we gotta light this one up and light this one up. So hopefully we'll get that, do that. And then we need to light this one up because we haven't done that yet. This one here, This one had no problems. I used this when I was working on the Mini Cooper a couple nights ago in the dark. It was very, very helpful. So we got to go and stow that one away. I got to put some more hooks in my my shed to hang more lanterns. And yeah, that's where we're at. So God bless you all. And like I say, hopefully we'll have some stuff put together. I'm going to let that dry overnight, and then we're going to just kind of clean it up. We're going to apply some more epoxy to it, trim this a little bit right here, and like I say, just kind of get it built up. So then we'll sand this thing. We're just going to spray it, and you know, kind of get it back into shape. A lot of these pieces, I know they look rusty, but they were actually soaked in Mincare. They were not Mincare, and citric acid solution. Most of the stuff is inside, so I'll probably just kind of wire brush it a little bit before we reassemble. I think I already had cleaned it once, but it needs a little bit more. They were really nasty. Let's see here. Oh, this one I just wire brushed it. Like I say, you're never gonna get it perfect. I mean, it's basically like the inside of your burner assembly and your house central air, the heater, natural gas. It's gonna get ugly. A lot of these pieces, like I say, you know, they're just not pretty on the inside too much. So we'll just clean them up, brush them up, clean them, and get everything assembled. Some of these pieces, like this one, didn't have its Coleman tag. See, where does this one go? This one here, which one? This one here had a copper. Yeah, it's right here. This one here. I gotta hit this with some Brasso, so as I can't read it. I can't read the number on it right now, but we'll get it cleaned up with some Brasso. I kind of hit it with a buffer just a little bit, but I'm just gonna have to hit it with Brasso gently. This one here, where is it? Oh my gosh. That's hard. So this one I did. This one is actually, there's so many variations in these. This one doesn't even have a brass or tag or whatever, copper tag. It's actually imprinted into the handle right there. So there's a lot of variation in these irons, to be honest with you. So this one here, because it's actually imprinted in the handle, I just kind of buffed it and just going to keep it natural. But a lot of times those external pieces, I almost prefer to spray them, but I don't spray the inside because it's going to get heated up, and well, I try not to heat it. You know, places where you're going to have fire, too much fire, you're not going to do too much to it. It's not like I'm going to keep these things out in the rain or anything. So, but yeah, we got a little more cleanup, but we're coming along on it. Some of these screws, it's one set of these screws that I couldn't get out, and they were all mangled and bent, so I had to like re-tap them. All right, have a great day.